All right, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening. How are you doing out there? It's Doc Severson with Ready Set Crypto. Today is the summer solstice. It is Wednesday, the 21st of June here in 2023. So welcome aboard. Glad to see you out there. Please check in. If you could, give us a thumbs up as you check in and let everybody else know that we have started. And let me know where you are coming in from. I'd like to know where your location is. It's always interesting to see people around the world and where they're located at and in this wonderful world of crypto. All right, let's get started here. I'm going to park myself down in the left-hand corner. We have Steph here from Amsterdam. We have Maf coming in from the Pacific Northwest up there behind enemy lines. All right. And let's see, we got Randall coming in from New Rochelle, New York. Welcome aboard, Randall. I'm not sure if I've seen you before or not. Looking at Bitcoin today. So we've got a big move the last couple of days. I mean, we've literally tacked on 10% alone in the last couple of days. And I think that a lot of this has to do with the EDX announcement. So there's a new player in town in the United States. The problem is all these huge... You guys don't realize how big the managed fund market is, and there's really no way for them to park Bitcoin, right? So this has always been an issue for something like, a decent ETF there's always been a demand for a decent ETF where all these funds can find their way in and then, ultimately trickle down from there. Okay, but the SEC has made it very, very difficult on that stuff. So now we have a non-custodial player, which is going to set up this exchange where, these big firms can put over dollars and then they get BTC back and then they don't sit on that exchange and that EDX. So it's almost like a decentralized exchange, if you will. All right, we got MG coming in from Greece and Doc from Colorado. Welcome aboard. Good to see everybody out there. And of course, let me know what you would like to see in terms of your favorite pairs. What currencies would you like to see? What cryptos do you want me to take a look at here? And I'll give it a shot. Let you know what I see. And let's see. We got Jericho73 coming in from North Carolina, just up the street from me. All right. So I'm down here in Greenville, South Carolina. All right, we got Florida Attorney coming in from Boca Raton, Florida. What a beautiful place. All right, XRP, baby. XRP. I wonder if this is going to make a move here. So let me finish with Bitcoin for a second. So BTC is finding a little bit of overhead supply here at about 30,000 as it gets up to this level. So there's been some selling into this area. Let me get my pen set up here so I can draw and speak at the same time. It's like chewing gum. Okay. There we go. Okay, so you're seeing the overhead supply coming in here at 30,000, more volume, etc. I don't know if it's not necessarily going to come to a dead stop, but we're at exhaustion on the daily chart now after this move. So you can see this started yesterday at about noon and just whoosh, straight up. Okay, range expansion, range contraction. This is all very normal. So this one does look real. This one does look real versus some of the other breakouts that we've had, these false breakouts along the way into consolidation. False breakout, false breakout. But what is different this time is we've broken we've broken a trend line, number one. Okay, number two, we have on the, let's go to the RSI Laguerre. The RSI Laguerre was fully charged up in multiple time frames. Multiple time frames, fully charged up. This is a weekly higher low setting up on a weekly bull flag. So this is all very good. Now, I'm a little concerned that we never bothered to set up a monthly higher low. There is no monthly higher low yet. So right now, I'm looking at this saying this is the same thing as this one up here at the beginning of 2022. It's the same thing. It's, you know, until we see some type of a higher low, higher high combination, we still don't have a change in polarity on the monthly chart. But it's a nice start. It's an excellent start. I like what I'm seeing here. It just, we do need some type of multi-month consolidation to set this one up. However, monthly chart fully charged up. All right, so let's see who else is showing up here. Paranoid Ace, welcome aboard. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here. So it looks good. Technically, this looks really good. Obviously, I'd like to see this break well above 30,000. So you might be saying to yourself, well, where's the next level of resistance? And for that, we're going to go over to, let's go to volume profile. So volume profile is going to be a much better indication of where resistance is. So you can see this really since this goes back to 21 on the weekly chart. And we've got a high volume node right here in between, say, 26 to 30 or so. Once we get above 30,000, if it's able to break above 30,000, next level of meaningful resistance is going to be up here at about 40,000. So this is where resistance and support is created. It's not created through these linear moves like this. So these moves don't create support and resistance. Where it consolidates and hangs out for an extended period of time, this is where we have resistance. And so if it's able to get above 30,000, and it may take another week or two, I don't know. I mean, we could see it blow up tomorrow. But the next level of meaningful resistance is up here at 40,000, then 48, then 57, and away we go. Right? So watch those. You can tick those off as we start to make progress. Okay, let me get into, let's see, Florida attorney has asked for XRP. So let's go to the mighty Ripple. The one and only, the mighty Ripple. So to me, okay, so I'm not gonna change my stance on this one. This is showing. All right, let's just go to the VWAP. What we're showing here is a very big, or how would Elmer Fudd say, it's a very big rounded base here, and that's set up around a neckline of 55. So we got to get XRP above 55. Oh, by the way, so the four assets that EDX is talking about, EDX, yeah, it is. EDX is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and for whatever reason, Lord only knows why, but Bitcoin trash is the next one here. So those four assets are being the big recipient of volume coming in, but not XRP, not XRP. So XRP's got a clear 55. So we're getting a little bit of accumulation in today, but this is still, you know, it's just in the pattern, in the range. So if you want to, you know, keep doing your dollar cost averaging as the price dips, keep doing that kind of stuff. But be prepared for the hammer down if you get a breakout above 55. So 55 is going to be the key level to see this breakout. It's got to have volume to break out, because what you've got to do is you got to convince all the bears that they're wrong. And the volume will indicate that, because if they have to turn around and buy back they're short positions that will add demand to this and add volume. Okay. All right, number 2 here. Let's get those in. Who else has got a ticker that you want me to look at? All right, so let's look at Render. And there's got to be a better way to look at this. Let's look at this on Coinbase, if we can find it. There it is. Render token. Render token. I remember this one. We talked about this last week. So this one still looks really good. This one still looks pretty darn good, right? Because we've got a trend line which is in play. And we talked about this last week. Like, hey, this trend line's got to hold here at 1.8. And this support at the anchored VWAP from the major low back in March, that has to hold, and it did. And so we're getting some parasitic effects today from BTC. When Bitcoin rise, when it runs, that rising tide lifts all boats. So Render token's getting a spurious effect from that, which is good. So the challenge here is that this is going to have to now take out the prior high, which is up here close to 3. Otherwise, this is going to set up a lower high and potentially create a bull trap to the downside. So watch out for this one. But as long as this stays above, I'd say 2, that's going to be good. So hang in there on Render. But nice looking chart. Okay, BITF, Bitfarms mining stock. All right, let's take a look at that. Who else has got something that you want to look at? Otherwise, we'll have a short session today. We'll just be talking about Bitcoin. Okay, so here's Bitfarms. Eesh. Oh boy, man, this is almost got the same chart as XRP, and so you've got this 1.5, $1.50 level on the neckline for this one, same rounded base as we had with XRP. So every time it gets up to there, it gets rejected. But also notice what's happening is you're getting almost an ascending triangle pattern here, where your lows are getting higher each time. So every time it sells off a little bit less every time, which means that people are starting to accumulate at higher and higher prices. So watch the breakout here on Bitfarms above 150. All righty. Okay, Jericho wants to look at Solana. Solana. Okay. So this one got absolutely trashed with the whole November, by being tied in with FTX. And then it got trashed again with the SEC and Gary Gensler talking about them being a, security. So if it's able to get anywhere, we'll know if it's able to start breaking above, I'd say about 28. So to me, I wouldn't look at this one until it's able to get above 28 and above this base, because then it will say that we don't care about all the negativity, and we'll see your negativity and raise you one. But I would stay out of this one until it's above 28. So let it do its thing. Once it breaks above 28 on big volume, then it should run. Okay, who else has got anything else? Let's see. FTX, SEC. They're going to try to restart FTX somehow. They're going to start to it's crazy. So, it's still out there. It's still out there. Let's see, what do we got? It's barely on life support. Let's see if we can. So it's still hanging around $1 FTX token. It's still being actively traded, believe it or not. Hey, Gabriel, welcome from South Carolina, from Mexico. I've been to Mexico 2 times. One was in, what is that? On the Yucatan. It's Cancun, of course. Went to Cancun. That was cool. Went to see Chichen Itza. That was cool. And then for some unknown reason, I was in Southern California. I decided to cross the border at Tijuana. Might have been the biggest mistake of my life. I won't get into it, but it didn't turn out well. Okay. But lovely country. Go Sergio Perez. Okay, next one is Ocean. Let's go take a look at Ocean. I haven't looked at that one literally, seemingly for years. This was one of our favorites a long time ago. Let's see what this is looking like on a monthly chart. At one time, this one looked really good. Yeah, that's a monthly chart. Getting ugly. Yeah, that was in 21. Okay, so this is a major downtrend on the monthly chart. If we look at the weekly chart, looks like we've looked at this one before. So I would stay away from this one until it's able to break some of these trend lines. So look at these longer term trend lines that we have from this. Yeah, look at all these lower highs, lower high, lower high, lower high. Wait until it starts to break above this consolidation and starts to make higher highs and higher lows, right? So that would be, I'd say 40 to 50 cents or so would be your trigger for something like that. Okay, Randall? Randall from New Rochelle. I don't think I've been to New Rochelle. That is, isn't that in Westchester County, just north? Been on the Merritt Parkway, so I've been close to there. Merritt Parkway, which I think is one of the cooler roads in the United States. Okay, who else has got something? Let's look around the markets. Now, the NASDAQ has been, for a while there, we had the NASDAQ, which was trading kind of in cahoots with crypto. And that was happening throughout 21 and 22. They were kind of trading simpatico with each other. But what happened back here around the May timeframe was AI. Yeah, Randall, it used to be part of my territory. I'd go to, we had an office on 120 Broadway, which was downtown. And then I would go from there up to our Connecticut office. So I would take the Merritt Parkway. And we had an office in New Jersey and stuff like that. So those are great days. Those are back in like 97, 98, 99. And man, we took the red line out of the World Trade Center all the time. And I was lucky not to be there at that time. Okay, who else has got something? So again, this is where AI kind of pushed the NASDAQ higher. So right now it's in consolidation. So we might start to see some money rotating over to crypto. We're certainly seeing it rotate into other, traditional assets like, industrials and things like that. And the housing market is still out there. It's amazing. Okay, so let's take one last look at BTC here. We don't need to go any longer than we need to here. All right, so let's reset that. So again, 30,000, dead stop right at 30,000. I think that's psychological resistance for right now. There are people taking profits on this one. There's probably a big sell wall. But this is what I'm most excited about. That volume there is super. Hey, Primos, how you doing? Slovenia, I've heard so many things about that being a beautiful, beautiful country. That shall be on my bucket list. Okay, Well, nothing heard. Thanks everybody for showing up here today. We'll keep doing these on Wednesdays if you guys want to show up and looking at your favorite crypto assets. Bring your tickers next time. Thanks everybody for showing up, and you guys have a lovely Wednesday and a summer solstice. And for you folks in Australia, your days are going to get longer starting now. All right, everybody, you guys take care. See you soon.